Number 11, you've got a rubber stopper. And it's swung in a horizontal circle above your head. So this thing's whipping around here. The radius is 0.50 meters. The stopper itself is 68 grams. Watch out, 0.068 kilograms. And it does 10 rotations in 10.15 seconds. So we're going to have to extract a velocity out of that thing, I think, because it says how much force. So yeah, you're right. How much force? That's a centripetal force. And that's mv squared over r. So we're going to have to figure out the velocity, because everything else is right for us. The mass is 0.068. Whatever that velocity is, we're going to figure out. And then the radius is 0.50. So let's focus on first the velocity. Okay, so velocity is distance over time. The distance this thing travels is a circumference. So the circumference is 2 pi times the radius. And the time, actually, you know what it does? If you read that problem again, it does 10 rotations. So it goes around the circumference 10 times, and it does so in 10.15 seconds. So here's my distance, 10 rotations. This whole thing in the bracket is a rotation, and the time is 10.15 seconds. So I can figure out my velocity by doing that. 2 pi point. So this is just 1, so pi times 10 is 31.4. 31.4 divided by 10.15. It's 3.09. Let's stick that in there. So then I do that squared divided by 0.5 times 0.068. 1.30 newtons. Takes 1.30 newtons. So if you remember back to that lab that we did, if you hung on a 1.30 newton weight, that would totally be able to balance that with that little flag that stuck out there and our little black mark.